From the home of the Bills since 1973, we are at Highmark Stadium, just south of downtown Buffalo. And we are underway in Buffalo. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing from the outset is Penix. And incomplete to open things up.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at them as this game moves along, but they're in the zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
2nd and 10. Here's Penix. His throw is going to be incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. To the air, Penix. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, you want to make sure that on an opening drive that you at least stay out there for a while and get into the flow of the game. A 3-and-out would have been problematic, but that's a good throw there to ensure they get another set of downs.
Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 more there and another first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
And looking to throw, Penix. To the right side and intercepted. And the Bills are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road. You're a youngster. Let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you. Move on. Long way to go in this one.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Dancing to his left. And right away, he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Secure the rock. Secure the rock.
The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down. To throw, it's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Allen. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. Cook up the gut. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Allen now looks to throw. And caught by Cooper. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Bills post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others.
Touchdown, Falcons! Bijan Robinson, 70 yards. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. The try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive. and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now Allen. Being chased out left. Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Now Penix. Sets up the screen to Robinson. Room to maneuver at the 35. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw Penix. Able to complete this one to McLeod. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. A play fake. Now Penix. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. And the Bills will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder, this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And we'll see what they want to do. 45 seconds is all that remains until the break. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's able to get it to Coleman. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Allen. Steps away to his left. It's caught. Cooper. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Allen. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Falcons are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions, that confident veneer that you have. It's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. They'll go play action here with Penix. This pass is caught by London. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. To the air, Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dalton Kincaid, 33 yards. And the Bills come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. 3rd and 20. They run the draw here with Robinson. And it's out. He put it on the carpet.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Taken in at the 22. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. They start the drive with Cook. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Cook. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 53 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Getting the ball is Cook, running left. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Cook. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They run the counter with Cook. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bills have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here this 4th quarter. Bass on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
A 1st down carry for Davis. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started.
Tackled back at the 30-yard line.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, 30 yards. And the Bills have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Here's Bass now for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rasul Douglas picks it, and the Bills are going to take over here up near the 40. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see.
Built on the side of a former piano factory. There's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore.
Bro, I'm the Jets.
Greg Zuerlein out for the opening kick.
Are you a Raven fan, or you just like fucking with the Ravens?
And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game.
So, Derrick Henry, that dude.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Nah, Derrick Henry's
That's
unstoppable.
You'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Running once more with Henry.
Oh,
Breaks the tackle. Green
oh, that's crazy.
It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Kate, I know you could see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
All right. Okay.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Throwing all the way to the end
Come
zone
on, Sauce.
here.
Come on, Sauce.
And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on first down.
Just keep running.
Couldn't make the connection.
There's the importance of staying in
'Cause we already
phase
know
as a
it.
defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did
Come
help
on,
force the
man.
incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing again is Lamar. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there. Turning to Henry on third.
Yeah. Just
And
keep
they bring
playing
him
that
down around the 34.
one. Damn.
That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner,
Come over to the
they
crib.
can tackle behind the
Crib
line,
to come
and
and get.
stop to celebrate nonetheless.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun, here's Jackson.
Come on, you
He's
right
got
there,
Andrews.
bro.
And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It's a great
Y'all gotta
pickup,
play better
16
defense.
yards, and now they've got first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked
I guess.
after the catch.
He was also
the way
a
he
little
took the
too deep.
completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Henry running to the
Let's
left.
go, Sauce.
And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Now it's Lamar.
Oh, he's right
He had
there.
it for a
Let's
moment,
go.
but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Nah, you don't want to run back.
He was looking for Mark Andrews. So they're left facing.
Yeah, that was almost a pick.
Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Oof,
Into the end
again.
zone, but someone's able to knock it away.
That's 2 picks.
incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up 4th and long.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT.
There was
and not
three
PBU,
there was
but as
3
soon as
Jets
he
over there.
realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. From the gun, Jackson. And they get this down to the
What? He
7-yard
held
line.
that?
Somehow they find 12
Get the
yards
fuck
on
out of
4th and
here.
10.
Nelson
That's
Aguilar
enough
is
to
not getting hit
raise
like
up
that and
first
holding the
down.
ball.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives
Nah,
right.
I
and
hear
turns
you.
out, handled it
But
pretty
that's
darn well. And now
that's
they'll keep
fucking
pushing
Nelson
on.
Aguilar. Chill out.
They'll run here with
He's not
Henry.
nice at taking hits in the
Middle
back
holes.
like
They
that.
don't get anything on the run.
Like if
No
that's
gain
like,
that time,
who would
and
have
that will
caught
be
that?
2nd and
If
goal.
that was St. Brown, all right,
All
cool.
right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks
Devontae
like it's going
Adams,
to change
no
pretty
doubt.
soon.
Fucking Adam
Hopefully
Thielen.
no shortage of
Sure.
excitement coming up in the 2nd. Back to the bank in just a moment.
I know. I mean, I said it was a good play.
Welcome back.
It was definitely a
Second
good
quarter
play.
about to start.
I was just
Ravens
surprised
with
that
a
he
chance
held
for
on.
at least 3, maybe 6. Has it down close.
Yo, your man's got crazy glue on
Brought
it.
down real close to that goal line at the 1.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target.
Nah, Mark
Thanks to
Andrews
that
ain't look like that in the
physicality
playoffs.
and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Henry.
Nah, first of all, my defense dropped 2 picks on that drive. 2 of them.
The Ravens get the game's first points here in the second. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series.
The first one I almost was me.
Stand up to the run as they reach the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Definitely made you work for that. What'd you have the ball for? The whole first and some of the second.
And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Now Tucker on
If I stay calm, you mean give it a deuce, then yeah, I hear you.
On the return, here comes Kene Wangu. Returns looking good so far. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped.
Okay.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Rodgers throwing to start it off.
What was you saying about defense? Nah, chill. You were saying what? You were saying what? Okay.
Touchdown, New York. The Jets finish off their opening drive.
He was about to play defense. I'm about to hold up. What?
That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70
Man,
yards.
I'm so glad I
6
got
points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call it for one?
I don't wait, I'll tell you right now, you're not about to cook me. What you was about to do is take the rest of this quarter to score a touchdown with Derrick Henry. That I just think is gonna happen. What are you talking about? Nah, Derrick Henry got like 35 yards, at least. Hold on a second, I'm gonna pause it real quick. Stats. All right. Derrick Henry, 7 attempts, 29 yards. 60. Lamar had 41 yards, so it's 41 to 29. Nah, throw it. This is your receptions. You had that Nelson Aguilar catch when he got cracked, and then Mark Andrews. and then Mark Andrews called the other 3 for 29. And one of them almost got picked off. Fuck Mark Andrews. All right, cool. Nah, it was. It wasn't as good as.
So they're gonna give them a drive.
It wasn't as good as my drive though.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races.
Derrick Henry, come on.
Touchdown. The Ravens need only one to take the lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers.
I thought I was running so far ahead that there was no way I wasn't going to get you. And the angle was still off.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Wangu now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27.
So you said it's not going to happen again, right? No way. No more.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Nah, you sure? Throwing it. Telling you right now.
From the shotgun, Rodgers. He's on the move. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to a
He wasn't even playing the line.
Offense up to the line fast. From the 35 on second down.
Yes.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. He connects downfield on 4th. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll throw again. Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
He's
probably.
out of bounds just short of the 30. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Oops, awful.
Throwing again, it's Rodgers. Has a man, it's Tyler Conklin. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Keep going.
Jets moving quickly, trying to get the offense set. First down, Rodgers.
Bam!
Throwing into double coverage, and it's
Oh, he went
intercepted.
with
Picked up by Marlon Humphrey.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Yeah. It's crazy.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Henry running left.
Get it again. Fuck it.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
Yeah, how does it feel?
That's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Mark Andrews, man, slow. What's he doing? He shouldn't be that far down.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. He's trying another one
Oh,
deep.
that's a user pick? That's a user alert? Oh,
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Henry with the first and still going. They pick up 20 yards there.
Sure, yeah.
And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Brought down back at the 43-yard line.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Here's Lamar. Throwing this back in the end
More
zone.
sauce.
Looking way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone
Just
and out.
snap it. Bring it.
Took his shot at 6 that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Jackson throwing here. He's trying to go deep again.
Finally.
The crowd and a defender comes up with it. Picked off by C.J. Mosley.
Oh, and that was a user
No
alert
doubt there
too?
was some doom and
Me?
gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up.
So
gets
you don't
him
even know
right
what
back
user
for
alerts
him.
is like
I
if you
am
don't get
all
off
for a
the line.
nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
User alerts are when you control the player from pre-snap and they get the interception.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
All right, but how you get user? Oh, you pick stuff off from the lineman position? Yeah, no. You're talking about perfect time user picks. Right, but that you're talking about user picks. I'm talking about user alerts. There's a difference.
Out of his end zone, Rodgers.
But you just said you don't do alerts.
Incomplete left side.
The trajectory of that ball changes while it's in flight.
I know you got the badge because they give you lurk badges for getting the perfect time user picks.
Still bring it in. But over a long distance, a tip like that alters the course of the ball. And it sure makes it tough to adjust in time.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Throwing again from their own end zone now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. From his own end zone on 3rd and long.
Oh,
And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had. And incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
well.
So on 4th down, the Jets turn to a fan favorite. It's Thomas Morstead to punt it away. And his first effort, a tough one. It's going to come from the back of his own end zone. From his end zone, he gets the kick away. And it's a shorter punt. He manages to get it just beyond the 40 before it goes out. Great field position for them. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He's loaded it. He's got it inside the 10. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens will add to their lead at the end of the half. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Wangu now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. "19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it. To the air here on first down. Rodgers escapes the pocket. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. The Jets take their first time out. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Looking out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Rolling left, buying some time. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. This one misses the tight end. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? He's back to throw.
Yeah.
Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Roquan Smith with the pick.
Just right after the Ravens.
Ball on the 45. 1st and 10. Throwing it just before halftime.
See,
Oh, he got hit as he was
it's
throwing
easy
it.
to say. It's easy to say
It
cop
falls
out when you
incomplete.
are
2nd
using
down
it.
coming up. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from
What
the break.
team?
I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments
The
away from
Ravens
the beginning of our
busted.
second half. Xavier
You mean like
Gibson now to return.
overpowered?
Good looking return here, and he's got
Yeah.
room. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35.
That's
You
why
don't
he.
always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you, the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return.
So he
And
was
down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. The big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Rodgers here from the gun. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing
Nah,
speed.
it's game over.
You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Maybe if I was a better team.
Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. And
Jets?
the ball's incomplete. And it's a
Nah, I'm the Jets. If I was the Eagles, it would be a different ball game. Fuck the Jets, bro. Now we're going to Dolphins. Where's my phone at?
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Second and 9. Hurts. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. There he goes, right side. Saquon Barkley, touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 70 yards. And the Eagles go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. One.
Brought down at the 11. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. And this one will be touchdown right at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road. Not giving ground.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 9. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Here's 2nd and 10. The tight end in motion right. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. call here. They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Hundley looks to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Hundley to throw. And going deep for Hill. But he's got it inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 54 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag, and they'll accept that penalty. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. Got him in. It's Brown. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. 7-7, our score after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Barkley. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here's Hurts to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Shoves him aside near the 35. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
2nd down and a yard. First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is Hurts. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 25 yards that time.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles have taken the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw here, Huntley. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
At the 23-yard line.
Here's Huntley. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Here's Huntley. They're going deep for Hill. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. To throw, Huntley. They'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
That's good for a Miami Dolphin. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now Huntley. And he completes it to Berrios. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Looking to throw. Huntley. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have it here just past the 25.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the 35 on 2nd down. Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Smith, the man in motion left. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw. Huntley. Open net is Waddle, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That's good for a Miami Dolphin. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
41-yard line.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. In motion, Hill. 2nd and 15. Flushed out right. The 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from evening this one up. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. They're going to look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Look at the big fella go. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 66 yards. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah,
and he works free. He's got the lead, and there he goes. Inside the 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jonnu Smith, 71 yards. And the Dolphins have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third. Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 2 straight runs of 5 yards. 1st and 10.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Smith will come in motion right. Hurts. He'll check this one down to Gainwell. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
2nd down and 8. Now a toss right to Barkley. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Well, the noise got to be an issue now offensively. Here's 3rd and 6. Dotson in motion right. Hurts sets up to throw it. Throw right side complete to Dotson. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3 and out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the 1st down.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll be taken down at the 34.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Up the middle with Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Work to do here with a crowd at fever pitch. 3rd and 9. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. He missed his only attempt earlier. This time he's going for the win. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That one downfield for Dotson. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game planned for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game planned for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Complete. Smith has it. And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles' first down as he'll get this down to the 41. Here's Hurts to throw. Goes right back to Smith again. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. Throwing is Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Forced out to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Jawan Bentley, the one to get in and finish off the play. Well, they only had a yard to go. They tried to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies, and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot, and they dialed up the pressure and got to him.
They're going on fourth down with Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. We're scoreless after 1. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Buying time to his left. A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. And the Pats are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
To throw, it's May. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. First carry now for Ramondre Stevenson. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 44 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. They'll try the left side with Gibson and able to get this to the 31. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's May. That's complete. Demario Douglas with it. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll run with Gibson. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On first down, right back to Gibson. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw, May. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
To the air, May. Setting up a screen for Stevenson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll throw now on the final play. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have 1 half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
Throwing here is May. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll throw with May. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles will take over here just shy of the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They go play action with Hurts. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Marcus Jones picks it. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this into the hands of Stevenson. And he is going to lose yardage here.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Eluding the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the shotgun, May with it. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. He'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Running left, it's Barkley. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. They'll send the tight end in motion. Play action. Here's Hurts. Steps away. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this one complete to Smith. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Hurts. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. Smith catches left side. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Here we go, 1st and goal. Here's Hurts to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. One thing that makes him so tough in these 2-minute drills, you got to take into consideration he's mobile.
And that's a big plus for him, but he also has to be careful with that mobility. Sometimes getting rid of the ball and stopping the clock is more important than running around and maybe taking a sack.
He's back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
I know you should go down. Shut up. Before.